Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another interesting review. Thanks for watching. This time with another Unterfränkisches Pils, and this one is from Brauerei-Gasthof Düll, located in Gnodstadt in Unterfranken. So thanks to my friend Frank who did send me this one, because I've been looking forward to it a lot and searching for it also a lot, because from many people I've heard that it's the best tasting pils in Franconia. Quite old brewery, founded 1840. Annual output is 500 hectoliters per year, so quite small also, which of course adds to my interest about it. And of course, since it's from Unterfranken, it's real interesting that it's a pils because it's the most popular beer style in that area. In Franconia, you know, Oberfranken has their Dunkels, and Mittelfranken has a lot of Keller beers, Dunkles, pale beers like Helles and Pils, but Unterfranken is in Franconia the home of Pils, where Pils is very popular. So very high expectations of it. Of course, the Franconian Pils that I've been having on the channel before has been real nice. So as I said, founded 1840, no back label. You see that it's the bottle is a long neck bottle, which is not that often you see in Franconia. It's mostly in northern Germany that they have this long neck bottles on the pils. Show you the cap right here, also Brauerei Gnodstadt, and you see a picture of the brewery right here. Düll Gnodstadt. 150 Jahre Handwerk Brauerei aus Tradition, 1840, and it doesn't say the alcohol content here, it doesn't have an address here, it doesn't have an ingredient list here on the front label, so very strange that it doesn't have these three things, but it might be because they lately changed to these bottles. They had the flip top Bügelverschluss before, but changed to this one since it's during the corona crisis. People wasn't allowed to travel long away from home, so people couldn't return the empty bottles, so that they did run out of the Bügelverschluss bottles and changed to this one. But very excited about this one, of course. First of all, I'm going to give you some history and information about the brewery that I found on the website. So of course, I will link to the brewery's website in the description box below as always, so you can check out that one as well. Beer is believed to be the oldest alcoholic drink known to man. According to the Purity Law of 1516, the oldest law of food, only 3 ingredients are allowed, only these ingredients are allowed: water, malt, hops and yeast. Our beer, all year round, pils. Here we use light Pilsner malt and a small amount of pointed malt. Brewing process: mashing. Malt is crushed in the malt grist and is stirred up with water. The mash kettle of ratio 1:2. The mash is gradually heated and held at certain temperatures with resting times. Malt sugar is formed during this process of mashing temperature. The brewing process, the exact temperatures and their resting times are different for each beer style and are part of the secret know-how of the brewery. Lautering. After the mashing has been completed, the solid components, spent grains, must now be separated from the liquid containing malt sugar, called wort. To do this, the mash is pumped into the lauter tun. There is a sieve bottom with fine small slots at the lauter tun. The malt grain skins husks settle in the sieve bottom after a few minutes and form an additional filter layer. The liquid wort runs through the husk layer and refined through the sieve bottom in the wort kettle. Wort boiling. After lautering, the wort is boiled in the wort kettle. Hops are added in several doses. Water is evaporated to the desired extract content, and unwanted proteins are excreted. The wort is boiled intensely with a lot of flowing, about 1 to 1.5 hours. It is boiled until the extract content of the wort, original wort content, fits the corresponding beer type or style. Clarify and cool. Before the boiled hot wort can be fermented, hop residues and other cloudy substances must be removed. This is done using centrifuges or a whirlpool. The wort is then cooled to the final temperature so that the yeast can be added. Fermentation. During the main fermentation in the fermentation cellar, the yeast ferments most of the malt sugar and the wort obtained in the brewhouse in alcohol and carbon dioxide CO2 within 3 to 6 days. The alcohol remains in the beer and most of the CO2 evaporates. To start fermentation, the cold wort is first aired with plenty of oxygen after brewing in the fermentation cellar. Then it goes into open or closed fermentation vats. From the 5th days, as soon as there is no more sugar in the wort, the yeast dies and the green beer is created. The cross slowly collapses and the time of filling hosing into the storage tanks has come. Maturation. The fermented young beer. The fermentation cellar contains alcohol, some carbon dioxide, some fermentable sugar, and is interspersed with sediment and yeast. The green beer is matured in storage tanks under slight pressure, ideally at a temperature of +1 degree Celsius, regardless of whether it's top or bottom fermented. During the cold aging process, yeast and sediment settle in the beer to a large extent. The CO2 carbonic acid binds itself in the beer due to the light pressure at the cold. Depending on the beer style, maturation takes between 2 to 15 weeks. A few specialties takes even longer. The brewer therefore also calls this process secondary fermentation. After this maturation, the beer can be enjoyed as a swickelbier, tank beer, or kellerbier. Bottling. After storage, residual yeasts and turbid substances are removed by filtration. The beer is then filled into bottles and kegs, sterile on high-performance machines without contact with air, so it can be kept for many weeks or months, even without pasteurization. And this Gasthof has been family-owned since 8 generations, and the brewery has been family-owned since 6 generations. And some history about this specific brewery. Schwarzer Adler in Düll, House Brauerei, opposite the town hall near to the church of St. Peter and Paul on the southern hill of Gnodstadt in the Schwarzer Adler Inn, which also includes the Düll rank family's medium-sized brewery and agriculture. At the beginning of the 17th century, the inn was the house of the court clerk Friedrich Malch, which is still indicated by the coat of arms above the entrance. The Schwarzer Adler Inn has been owned by the Düll family since the 18th century. This family comes from Leonard Düll, who lived 1518 to 1598, the old landlord of the inn Zum Roten Ross in Adelhofen, which is still owned by this branch of the Düll family. His son Leonard, 1543 to 1625, grandson Leonard, and great-grandson Johannes der Wirtshans, 1614 to 1690, were also innkeepers and farmers at Adelhofen. The son of the landlord Georg Düll, born 1650, went to Herrenbergstheim as a farmer. His son was the Brandenburg Major, the local official of the Margrave of Ansbach, who faced the Major as a representative of the citizenship. Michael Düll, who was born in Herrenbergstheim in 1682, came to Gnodstadt by marriage in 1703. His brother-in-law was already a major and was initially a hacker and farmer. He died in 1771. He is still remembered by his name on the Ansbach coat of arms on the west side of the town hall, built 1731 during his time in the office. The major's grandson Johann Valentin Düll, 1739 to 1819, the son of the second son Paulus, 1705 to 1776, was the first innkeeper at the Black Eagle. He and all the following innkeepers always ran the farm at the same time. He was also a 7th field jury member. He was followed by his son Georg Balthasar Düll, 1772 to 1840. Johann Wilhelm Düll, 1805 to 1891, founded the private brewery that still exists today in 1840. which he handed over to his son Georg Johann Karl Düll, 1842 to 1893. In 1863, he was followed by his son Christian Martin Düll, 1870 to 1937, and this turn by his son Karl Andreas Düll, 1900 to 1964. He was also the seventh. His wife Louise Margrethe Hauf came from the Hauf brewery in Lichtenau. They handed over the property to the third generation, to the third daughter Renate Christa Rank, Düll, widowed Benneger. She and her husband Sebastian Rank, master brewer, ran the inn for 42 years. In 2007, they handed over the inn and the house brewery to their first son, Martin Helmut Rank. Thus, the inn is the 8th generation and the brewery is the 6th generation. So it makes it very interesting, of course, and also I'm gonna show you, as I used to do, the information that I have in my books regarding this brewery. We start with this one right here, very fine book, and you see the look of the brewery right here, and information. Hausbrauerei Düll, Martin Rank, Düll Gnodstadt, seit über 200 Jahren Biersorten Pils, jährliche Produktion 500 hectoliters. And also I do have, as you know, this book right here, and also Hausbrauerei Düll in Gnodstadt. Nice looking brewery in my opinion. I'm gonna read the text about it for you. Founded 1840, Brauer Martin Rank, annual output 500 hectoliters. In der 8. Generation. Das riecht nach Rekord. Selbst in Franken. Inhaber Martin Ranks Mutter war noch eine geborene Düll und ihr Mann Sebastian war es auch. Der damit begonnen hat, den jährlichen Tag des Bieres in der Märzbeck-Halle neben der Brauerei Groß zu begehen. Von Beckstein bis Söder war hier schon jede Menge Politprominenz April 23rd zu Gast. Und dank des guten Pils und der guten Küche sind sie auch alle gerne wiederbekommen. Schauen Sie doch auch mal vorbei. Brauerei-Gasthof Düll steht Martin Rank nicht nur am Südkessel seinen Mann. Als gelernter Braumeister und Koch erfüllt er auch alle Aufgaben in der Küche mit Bravour. Dazu gehören auch Hausschlachtungen durchgeführt beim Metzger 2 Orte weiter und die zugehörte Schlachtschlüssel jeden zweiten Dienstag. Die Gaststätte öffnet dann auch schon zur Mittagszeit. Eine weitere Spezialität sind die Bauerngänste und Enten im Winter. Dazu gibt es dann auch ein buntes Kabarettprogramm. Aktuelle Informationen finden sich auf der Internetseite. So that's information that I'm having, and now over to the tasting part, my favorite part of course of the review. All I'm allowed to try this nice beers, and one last look at the label. Düll Bier Gnodstadt. Nice look right here, as you can see. 1840. So let's open up this bottle like that and pour it up, of course. There we have it. Looking real nice, isn't it? With its thick 2-fingered white foam crown and all small bubbles racing up, as you can see. Real nice looking golden color of it. So let's get the aroma. Which is real fresh and nice. You feel it strong dry hops taste, which is of course the aroma that you want from a pils. Really fresh and nice. So let's give it a try. The Düll Gnodstadt pils. Prost. Yep, this is a nice, real nice pils. In my opinion, it's not so strong in the hops taste. I would say it's quite mild, more of the Hellas style within the pils category. It's not the strongest hops taste that I've been getting from the pils. Still, it's of course real nice and easy to drink. So big recommendation, of course, and doesn't disappoint at all at this Düll Gnodstadt. It's really refreshing in the pils aroma, in my opinion. Really easy to drink, nice taste of it. Great Franconian pils. Since I prefer a very strong hops, dry, bitterness, grassy taste, this one wasn't the best pils that I've had, to be honest, but still, of course, I hope that you can find this one and that you want to try it, because we need to help these small breweries survive. So this one is still a recommendation. Düll Brauerei-Gasthof. Yeah, it seems really nice in my opinion, with its pils freshness. You know what you get, and this doesn't disappoint at all. Very nice brewed, and I understand why it's so loved in Gnodstadt. Yep, that's it for now. That's the Brauerei-Gasthof Düll and their pils located in Gnodstadt in Unterfranken. Hope you enjoy my reviews, that you continue to follow my channel for more interesting German beer reviews, and see you again in next Franconian beer review.